Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dale and today we are going to finally piece together the E46 sedan hood. Now, if you have been following of course, the E46 saga, the E46 hood unfortunately flew up during the time when I was just driving and just running some errands, and it definitely caused a big dent into the old hood to the point where I can't reuse it anymore. I am currently still in the midst of waiting for some just additional help so that I could install this properly and carefully. I don't want to be holding on to this hood myself and trying to latch it onto the hood flanges or hood hinges myself due to the fact that I'm scared that I might drop it, and I'm scared that I might even do any additional damage. So I'm definitely going to wait until someone is available to help me out, whether that be my wife or even like my cousin or my uncle. But all in all, we finally got the hood back, took it to a local paint shop, and he did an okay job. I would say I wouldn't be like this is like the best paint shop in the GTA. This is the paint shop that you must take all your auto parts to. The paint job itself was okay. It was passable. The price was mid-range, I would say, and I've been going to him for quite some time now. He is my uncle's friend and he gives me a good price, let's just say that. So here we are, we have the hood back. I'm going to show some clips on how I transported the hood and what transpired out of that. Take a look. We are coming to a auto body shop to drop off the E46 replacement hood. Now, I know this replacement hood isn't what I initially wanted. I definitely wanted a carbon fiber hood, GTR inspired, but those are very hard to come by. And if I buy it right now from, of course, like a vendor that is located in the United States, the tariffs are gonna be freaking hard on that part. And I am trying my best not to spend too much. I do eventually want the GTR track inspired look, but for now, I'm gonna go back with the OEM due to the fact that the fitment is great. And just a little bit of an upgrade, I got the facelift version instead of the pre-facelift. Now, the facelift version of the E46 hood does fit the pre-facelift, but on the side of the fenders, the lines don't really line up if you pay close attention. But I do like the E46 facelift hood due to the fact that it has the OEM BMW Performance gloss black grills, and that's something that I definitely want to hunt down and definitely want to add to my BMW performance collection. So I'm super excited to try and hunt for that. But for now, I'm going to drop off this hood and I'm going to see how much it costs. It was a little bit sketchy, a little bit dangerous driving the hood all the way here to the garage with the hood sticking out the window. But as you can see here, it's a little bit sketchy, but I managed. And once again, I apologize for the audio. I'm recording off my phone. I just want to bring you along during this journey and see how this hood replacement goes. Let's get it. All right, so a quick little update. Right now we are at the auto body shop to pick up the E46 sedan hood. I'm not sure what to expect. I hope it turns out great. I definitely I would say paid a fair price for it. Not super expensive, but not too cheap either. So my expectations are a little bit in the mid-range area. I'm gonna go inside, make sure that the hood is a-okay in terms of no orange peeling or anything, and then I'm going to load up in Tesla, and then we're going to bring this hood back and finally install it back into the E46 or onto the E46 so that I can drive it again. Let's take a look at the hood. Let's go. All right, as you can tell, I got the hood back home and right behind me right now. The hood itself, first impression, it is definitely not top tier body shop quality. Now, this hood itself, when I got it repainted, refinished, I didn't pay top dollar for it. It was definitely more in the mid-range level, I would say. And I'm gonna first put this out there and say that this hood is just temporary. Long term, I definitely want a GTR inspired or even carbon fiber vented hood to match the aggressive styling that I'm looking for. I am definitely going to run this hood for the rest of summer. I'm definitely going to scout the marketplace to see if there's any carbon fiber hood out there that's for sale. I'm going to, of course, get this out and I'm going to reinstall all the hinges and everything that the hood needs to latch on. And yeah, I'm just super excited to drive the E46 again, and it's been a long time coming, but we made it. We're gonna get this on and we're gonna enjoy the E46 again, and I'm gonna bring you along for this ride. Let's go. Okay, as you can tell, it was definitely a mission to get the hood there and back. It surprisingly fit in the trunk of the Tesla. There was some doubts from the, of course, auto body shop owner, but I got it to fit. I showed him how. You just have to basically just lower down the window and let it stick out just a little bit and drive extra slow. Let's take a look at the hood itself, and let's take a look at the grills that I got. I just bought the grills today. They are the facelift BMW blacked out glossy finish grille, and in my opinion it definitely matches up with today's modern kind of look with the glossy finish, so that's why I went for it. Take a look at how the grille looks like and the quality that the grille has to offer. Let's go. Pardon the messy garage, but here's how the grille looks like. Now the grille itself, it's a facelift grille. You could tell that the grille is much wider compared to your pre-facelift grills, and the quality of these grills nowadays, they're not like amazing, I would say. Like, mind you, this is probably made overseas, likely in China, but the finish on them looks good in person, in my opinion, and it definitely adds a bit of aggressiveness to the overall car. Now, the thing about adding on facelifted grills and a facelifted hood to a pre-facelift is you have to be mindful that your fenders here will probably not align with your hood fenders. And there's one more small detail. In the front, you see this fan shroud. This shape right here is for the pre-facelift grille itself and the pre-facelift hood. So when you put on this grille, I believe it should match. Yeah, it looks like it matches, but just be cautious that it may not match 100%. I think, you know what? By the looks of it, I think it definitely does match. That's why you have the blacked out or covered up slot right here so that you don't see the other side of the unnecessary material. So yeah, that's something that I noticed. I don't think you need to change the fan shroud. But all in all, I'm gonna install this grille right here. I installed one of them already, and the fitment on it is not bad. It's a little shaky, but all in all, passable in my opinion. It is, like I said, an aftermarket product, so you can't really expect too much from these overseas products. Now, the reason why I went with a gloss black finish is because it reminds me of the OEM BMW Performance blacked out grills, and that's something that I definitely want and hunt for. Now, as you can see up close on this hood, it looks good from afar. I would say there isn't like obvious orange peel. The silver matches, I would say, relatively well with my car. It's definitely okay, passable, like I said. There's like a dent right here that he didn't really fix, but in the long run, I do want a carbon fiber GTR hood, or even just a carbon fiber hood. I think a carbon fiber hood would definitely pop this car off a lot, and I definitely want that in my build journal. Let's just say that. One thing that I do want to note is I used the wrong hood struts. So I went to the junkyard, and when I went up to the E46 section or E46 car, they didn't have the hood struts. Someone already took it, and me thinking that all the hood struts are universal across like the E series platform, I took the E53 hood struts, and apparently the hood struts, they do differ and they do matter. So I'm going to see how the E53 hood struts will behave with the installed hood. Maybe it's a little bit too aggressive in terms of popping up when you pop up the hood, or maybe it takes a little more force to close down. But when I looked it up, it did mention that you should use the recommended E46 platform specific hood struts. So that's something to be mindful about. I'm just super excited to get my hood back on. I'm just super excited to get this car back on the road because I miss driving this car and I don't like to see it idle in the garage for a long time. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to install the grille back on over there, put the hood emblem back on, and there's some things at the back where I need to definitely bolt back on as well. So let's get it. Okay, let's install this grille carefully. Now these plastic clips, I don't want to break them. There we go. There you go. Okay, fits like a glove. I love it. Fits like a glove. I'm gonna get the emblem and pop that back on as well, because I'm gonna need that carbon fiber emblem back on. And yeah, let's go. Gonna put this carbon fiber BMW emblem back on. I've been using this ever since university days maybe, and I like it. Once I get tired of it, I'm gonna swap in the OEM back on, but for now, I'm gonna put the black ones on so that it matches the rear as well. Okay, this should be easy pop on. No resistance. Ugh. Oh shoot, no. There you go. Nice, it's ready to get back on. Maybe there's a horrible angle, but looks so sleek, so aggressive. All right, so we are currently at the next stage and the next day of this hood reinstallation. Now, as you can see right here, the hood has already been installed. And so far, I really like the look of the facelifted hood compared to the pre-facelifted hood, due to the fact that you see here, the grills, they're much bigger, they're much wider, and they're much more aggressive. And the grills that I picked up looks stunning. The gloss black really adds a good modern touch to the dated 2001 chrome small pre-facelift grills. And I really enjoy the aggressive details that the facelifted front grills have. Now, of course, since these are aftermarket grills, the fitment's not that great. As you can tell right here, it kind of sticks out on the side a little bit here, and on the right hand side, these grills right here, there's a bit of a gap down here, which is not super noticeable and it's not a deal breaker. But once again, the fitment on the side is not that great. Overall, the hood itself, it does fit very well. It's an OEM hood, so it should fit well. But I'm gonna show you how to adjust these panel lines, and of course how to adjust the height of the hood as well. You see right here on the side, the fitment is pretty well uniformed, I would say, and it sits pretty well. It could use some additional adjustments and additional alignment, but overall I did this myself, and it definitely reflects that I am just an amateur, and I was basically using the internet research that I have in my repertoire to adjust this. And on top of that, the Bentley service manual as well. I'll definitely showcase how that looks like, or how you could adjust these hood in a sec, but I want to show you the quote-unquote final installation product. There's still some adjustments that I want to adjust on the side here. Over here, it's a little bit higher compared to the fender itself, but overall, definitely I would say it's good. I'm gonna run this look for now, and of course I'm gonna utilize this car again. I miss driving this car. Overall, super happy about it, but let me show you what to adjust so that you can adjust this at home too. All right, first and foremost, okay, so if you want to adjust the lateral side of your hood, meaning you're trying to square up the hood, the length and the width of the hood, you have to use a 11mm hex socket to unbolt this, untighten this just a tad bit, but fully untighten this so that you could move it around freely. And once you do, you can wiggle your hood back and forth, left and right, to find that perfect square type of placement for your hood. Now, when you close it and you want to adjust the height of your hood, you have to go in here a little deeper, adjust those two right here, 1 and 2, those two hex bolts, actually the hex bolt back there, 1 and 2, so that you can adjust the level of your hood that way. Now, once you find that perfect sweet spot of where you want your hood to be, you have to match this hole and this hole right here with these springs or spring latches. Okay, now the best way to do it is, of course, greasing up these latches right here and greasing up these socket holes right here as well. And when you have it closed, you have to look through the grill to see if they are latching properly or if they're dropping to the right hole itself. So you have to find that perfect sweet spot. You have to slowly use a T30 to adjust latches per se, and then afterwards it will hook on and close very, very nicely. Okay, so right now I took out the Bentley service manual for the 3 Series, and opening to the fender's hood section, it really showcases how you raise the hood to service position, how to remove and how to install certain components, how to, of course, service the hood struts and hood alignment right here, which is what you're kind of aiming for right now. So it talks about how to align the hood. It talks about the screws that you need to unloosen and tighten for the height, and of course it also talks about the plastic knob here for the height of the hood, where you should be adjusting as well. Flipping the page talks about additional details on how to just adjust the hood release cable and spring pins. And on the side, this is what I was trying to refer to, are these spring latches right here. I'm 100% sure there is a PDF online for the Bentley service manual, but if you don't have access to this, just give me a shout and maybe I could scan this hood section for you to, of course, reference and take a look at. All right, coming back in here just to give a little quick update about the hood struts. Now, I got the Stabilis hood struts installed. I got them from Napa Auto Parts, and these are the OEM manufacturers. You see these hood struts right here? Like I said, you need specific hood struts for your specific model. I mistakenly went to a junkyard and bought the OEM E53 hood struts, and if you look at the length, there's nowhere near the E46 length that the E46 hood requires. So right now I got the new hood struts installed, and it is banging. Like the strength and the willingness for this hood to open is just on a different scale. So let's try to open it right now. I'm just gonna pop it up. Ooh, look at that. Smooth as butter. I love it. All in all, I just want to give you guys a quick update on the new hood struts being installed. If you're looking for new hood struts, go with your specific model and go with the quote-unquote OEM manufacturers. So there you have it, guys. This was the hood installation for the BMW E46. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about today's video, if you like it, if you don't like it, and if you got some tips on how to install the hood for the BMW E46 as well. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my socials. It really helps me a lot in the long run. But until then, hopefully I'll get a new carbon hood for you guys to take a look at, and of course for you guys to see as well. But until then, see you next time.